Well, let's move on then, and let's focus on one such stock. That's Mazagon Shipbuilders. Well, that's in focus. Remember, that's been one of the big outperformers. It's up 200% in just 6 months. The company's order book now is at around 39,000 crore rupees. To discuss this and more, well, we're joined by Mr. Sanjeev Singhal, the chairman and managing director at the company. Hi, Mr. Singhal. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, I wanted to focus on a couple of aspects because your order book is close to around 39,000 crores odd, but the street wants to know visibility on that order book. So let's start off with the additional 3 more Scorpion submarines orders that we're waiting by for. What is the update out there? And what could be the total quantum of this particular order? You've already executed, I think, 5 to 6 submarines, and 3 more are in the offing. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, with respect to the additional submarines, which is 3 in numbers, right now we are working with the Naval Group France for preparation of the build strategy, and we target to submit the build strategy by October this year. Subsequent to the submission of the build strategy and the budgetary quotation, the process will be taking place with respect to bureaucratic approvals, which will be at different stages. Difficult to predict the timelines right now, but we expect things to happen pretty fast.
So, do you think we'll hear about it in this fiscal?
Yeah, we are expecting this fiscal.
Closure. And what could be the rough number out there? It will be around 7,000 crores per submarine?
We will not be able to predict any kind of a number right now because this would be something which we have to submit to the Navy, and then this would be subject to negotiations also. So we would not like to predict any numbers. What we can say is, yes, the last order for 6 submarines, which was a firm price of around 2011-2012, this was 20,000 crores for 6 number of submarines. So this is almost more than 10 years have elapsed in between. So there would be certain escalations, and we are working on the design changes and the specification changes which would be taking place for these additional submarines. So they will also have a cost implication.
Okay.
So the real
Mr.
numbers
Singhal,
we'll be able to discuss.
got it. You don't want to share the numbers, but overall for the business, right? Earlier, I think you had given a guidance that there'll be a 10 to 12% growth in FY24. Do you stick by to that guidance? Yeah. And on this base of around 8,000 crores of revenues, where do you think you will end the year?
Yeah, we continue to maintain our guidance with respect to around 12 to 15% increase in the top line for the year 23-24.
12 to 15%. So that's higher than what you had stated earlier, is it? Because earlier you spoke about 10 to 12%.
Yeah, as we proceed during the year, a greater clarity does emerge. So I have been maintaining that we should not be compared on a quarter-to-quarter basis because this is a different kind of industry with lumpy executions and lumpy order books and long gestation periods. So a quarter-to-quarter comparison would not be okay, but on a year-to-year basis, yes, certain comparisons can be done. And as we proceed more towards the year, a better clarity does emerge.
Okay. Mr. Singhal, just a couple of questions. Good morning, Prashant here. Could you tell us what is the order book now?
Yeah, we have an order book of around 39,000 crores as of 30th of June 23, which comprises primarily of 4 orders, which is the 15 Bravo missile destroyers, 4 in number. We have already delivered 2. One we are targeting for delivery this year, and the last one would be delivered sometime in 24-25. We have another order of 17 Alpha, which is 4 number of frigates, which we are targeting the delivery to start from next year onwards, and subsequently 1 stealth frigate each year. We also have a P-75 Scorpion submarines, which is 6 in numbers. We have already delivered 5. The 6th submarine we are targeting for delivery by end of this fiscal, or maybe early next year. In addition, we have received one smaller order of around 2,700 crores, which is with respect to medium refit and life certification of one of the earlier commissioned submarines, which has already had a life of 30 years, so which has come for life extension to us. Right. So these are the 4 orders primarily which we are
Yeah. What about these? You have 6 submarine orders, which there was some talk around that.
Yeah, that is a new project, which is Project P-75I with the air independent propulsion system, for which we have submitted the price bid, technical and price bid on 1st of August in collaboration with TKMS Germany.
So that is the 40,000 crore total order,
yeah,
for which you submitted bids.
AON value published in 2018 was 43,000 crores. So there could be certain changes. We have already submitted the bid, and this would be now technically evaluated, and certain field evaluation trials would be there.
By
So this process would be unfolding.
by when will we hear something firm on this? When will this be awarded, in your opinion?
I believe that this would take around 18 months.
And typically, this would go into how many players are in the fray?
There are two bidders, Mazagon Shipbuilders in collaboration with TKMS Germany, and L&T in collaboration with Navantia Spain. So basically two bids are there. So both the bids will be evaluated and field evaluation trials would be there. Then depending upon who is L1 and what negotiations take place, the order would be finalized on one of these.
Okay. All right. Hi, Mr. Singhal. I wanted to ask you another aspect. So clearly you're sitting on a good order book, 39,000 crores. So that's close to around 4 times your trailing revenues. So it appears that execution is going to be key from here on. I wanted to ask you, what is your current utilization levels that you're functioning at? Mid-50s?
For a shipyard kind of an industry, the utilization levels are very dicey. These cannot be decided because...
you can give us a rough number, sir. A rough number.
A rough number in terms of capacity, I can say that we have a capacity of building 11 submarines simultaneously and 10 warships simultaneously. So we can construct 21 vessels at one go. They have to be at different stages of production. So corresponding to this, right now in hand, we are having 6 ships and we are having 3 submarines, 1 new build and 2 number of medium refits and life certifications. So one MRLC we are targeting for delivery December this year. So we will be having 2 submarines post-December.
Got it. Okay. So appears, if I just go by what you are telling us, you should be in approximately, 50-55% utilization levels, just going by the numbers that you're giving us in terms of quantity. When do you see this number head up? Because currently you're doing around 8,000 crores. The visibility in terms of execution, do you think by 2025, 2026, you can say may do 16,000 crores of revenues? Good order book, order inflows as well expected?
It will always depend upon the materialization of the orders. Yes, we do sense that there is a huge requirement of the Indian Navy. Next generation destroyers is being discussed, which would be 18 numbers, approximately 80,000 crores to be spread over 2 players. Similarly, there is a discussion with respect to 17 Bravo stealth frigates, another 18 numbers, that also to be distributed amongst 2 players. So Mazagon Shipbuilders continues to be a very strong contender. Well, as far as destroyers are concerned, nobody else in India has constructed destroyers till date. Mazagon Shipbuilders has a proven record of delivering destroyers successfully. In fact, between 2014 to 2022, if we consider, we have delivered 8 number of destroyers, which is approximately 1 destroyer every 20 months.
Mr. Singhal, sorry, got it. Just one. Sorry, we're a little out of time, so humor me. Just to take my colleague's point forward. Even if you were to win, say for example, the submarine order, right? There are 2 contenders, and if it were to come your way. Will there be significant accretion to your earnings? Because the current order book will get exhausted by FY27. So even if you were to win this this new order, will there be any significant change in earnings or earnings expectations?
Typically, the shipbuilding industry follows a S curve, where during the initial period from the award of the order, the value of production growth is on the lower side. And once the equipment buildup starts, then there is a significant growth in the value of production as well as revenue. So in the initial years, it is not likely to be exceptionally high. But yes, our current order book would be continuing for next 4 to 5 years. And any new orders, this would be adding to the yearly revenues.
So, Mr. Singhal, these upcoming RFPs for these next generation patrol boats, interceptor boats, corvettes, etc., can you tell us what is the potential quantum of these orders?
Total quantum, including the next generation destroyers, including the 17 Bravo, including the submarines, we see a potential market of approximately 250,000 crores with next generation corvettes, patrol vessels, and some smaller vessels. So the total requirement would be something around 250,000 crores, on which various shipyards would be competing. We see that for the big ticket orders, which is destroyers, which is frigates, and which is submarine, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders continues to be a very, very strong contender.
Okay, so just some follow-ups here. 250,000 crores is a potential, you said, for these next generation vessels. In terms of a timeline, what are we looking at for the RFPs? Over and above this 40,000 crore order book that you have, what kind of visibility do you see from this pocket over the next, say, 1 to 2 years?
Like right now, what I said, the visibility is with respect to 3 number of additional submarines and P75I, 6 number of submarines where the price bids have been submitted. With respect to other orders, the clarity would be emerging with time, but yes, they are at different stages of approvals. So we expect maybe in next 6 to 12 months, a better visibility would be there with respect to the materializing of these orders.
Well, one final question before we let you go. The stock has been a big outperformer, and going by what you're saying, in the coming years, there's going to be a good revenue growth out here, and your margins, I think, are pretty much fixed. Have you heard anything about divestment on the company? Because the government of India still holds close to around 85% to it. Opportune time for them to sell. I mean, that's what market knowledge would say. But have you heard something?
Yeah, as per the SEBI mandate, we are required to 25% offloading is required. Right now, we are at 15%. We have time up to August 24. So it depends. And in case any exemptions are required, if the government is not interested in further divestment, then maybe some exemptions may be applied. But right now, we have time up to August 24.
But have you heard about something, say, in the next couple of months or this fiscal?
These discussions do continue. There are off and on, but the priorities keep on changing. So I would not be able to predict as to when MDL is listed as a priority for further disinvestment.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining us, and all the best with your business. That's Mazagon Dock. They've actually raised the revenue guidance for the full year. Earlier they had said they'll do about 10 to 12%. Now they're saying they expect a 12 to 15% growth in their revenues for FY24, and the stock actually is holding up in a falling market. So that's one space that the street has definitely liked.
Sonia,